Good morning, everyone, and welcome to morning yoga. I'm Susy Schaak, and I'll be guiding you through your practice. Some of you may have noticed that I've been filming in kind of a silhouette over the last few recordings and wondering why. It feels kind of freeing to be just a silhouette, and so that you can hear my voice, you can actually see what I'm doing. But it's almost like it's a little anonymous, and I don't have to worry about what I look like. I just worry about what I feel like, and there's something very liberating to that. So I encourage you to maybe take that on through your practice and through your day. What if there was no judgment about your appearance? How would you feel, and how would that change how you show up in the world? So that being said, let's begin our practice. Today, I'm hoping, because you know that I do longer videos, I'm hoping to do just a swift morning practice. So we'll do some swift sun A's, sun B's, and we'll kind of touch on all of the major standing postures and just really enjoy waking up to the day. So finding child's pose, knees to the outside edges of the mat, and big toes to touch. I always like to rock myself a little bit from side to side and just wake up the hips a little bit, the inner thighs, the low back. But some people enjoy finding stillness, which I think is also very important as well. For me, I tend to find a rhythm to my breath by just a slow, even rocking. So you find your way into your first posture, into your relaxation, and into that little internal inventory. So I invite you to close your eyes and bring the breath in, the prana, the divine light, in through the crown of the head. And just follow its trail as it moves through the forehead, down through the back of the throat, through the heart space, the diaphragm, the belly, to the base of the spine. And then, to the best of your ability, pause and hold that inhale. Hold the light within the body. And take a passive open mouth exhale, and then start again from the top, from the crown of the head, sipping the air in. Finding your Ujjayi pranayama, it really allows you to control the breath. It allows you to control how much air, oxygen you're bringing into your system. So you can sip it in and you can actually feel the prana as it's waking up every cell in the body in the most beautiful way. And let's take 3 more breaths in our child's pose, and this time finding stillness. And with ease and in your own timing, finding right into cat spine. And then move into cow pose. And allow the tailbone to lead the way. So the tailbone's going to tip down, and the lumbar spine will follow, thoracic spine, chin to chest. And let the tailbone tip up. Belly follows, chest opens, chin to the sky. And then link that long, long breath with your movements. I'm even going to do, or to my best of my ability, do kind of a speedy warm-up as well. I often take 10 or 15 minutes in our warm-up. And for some people, morning practice cannot stretch out that long. So let's do one more cat and cow. And traditionally, Sun A is supposed to warm the body up anyway. Beautiful. All right, so find your tabletop pose, and I want you to engage that Uddiyana Bandha. So pulling in and up of the abdominal region, pulling up of the pelvic floor, the Mula Bandha, right? And then stepping yourself into downward facing dog. And then pedaling out your down dog. First down dog of the day. Just noticing how things are feeling. To me, things feel better in the summertime because the air is warm and humid and your muscles are more likely to lengthen and move with you in an easier fashion than when you're cold. All right, let's get the shoulders warmed up a little bit. So on our inhale, we'll move into plank pose, hands right under the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. You get the rhythm. 2 more. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Pause and hold, just breathe into that. It could be cobra pose if that's in your practice. Shoulders released from the ears. Remember that Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, supporting the whole core. Good, and then lifting up into your downward facing dog. Pressing heels down towards the mat. They do not have to meet the mat in any manner. If you find that your spine needs a little lengthening, bend the knees, right? And send the sitting bones towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Let's take 1 more breath here, rolling up onto all 10 toes, belly to thighs. Bring yourself to the top of the mat. Feet or hip distance or wider. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, find your ragdoll pose. So again, bend the knees as much as you need to connect belly to thighs. Rocking yourself a little bit from side to side. I'm going to do a chest expansion. I did a HIIT class in my home yesterday, and everything is sore, especially my chest, my pectoral muscles right now from the push-ups I did. Best way to move that lactic acid out is to stretch, lengthen, and move the muscles again. Long breath in. Even breath out. 2 more breaths. Maybe hands are interlaced in front of you. Good. Hands hang heavy down to the mat. Open to a halfway lift. Again, knees are bent. Spine is long. Head in line with the spine. Forward fold. Reverse your swan dive. Sweep it all the way up. Into mountain pose, Tadasana. Hands come back to heart center. Samasthiti. Let's set a really gorgeous intention for our practice and for our day. How about if our theme is liberation, feeling the freedom, right? Your individual freedom and feeling the freedom within your body to just express. All right, inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, open to a baby back bend. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, step back, flow through, high to low, push up. You could come all the way down to the mat, taking cobra, or you can take up dog, easing into your downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Inhale, preparing to move your body, and then exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it high, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, open baby back bend. Gratitude. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, greet the day. Exhale, hips come high, surrender into downward facing dog. Long breath in. Long breath out. 2 more. Fill with the prana, fill with that light. Good, inhale, prepare to move. And exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, heart shines, baby back bend. Inhale, palms to touch. Hands to the heart, forward fold. Open, halfway lift. Ground the hands, one breath, one movement, flow. Finding up dog. Bringing it into down dog. Inhale. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, surrender and fold. Weight in the heels. Sit back in your chair, Utkatasana. Good. Just get grounded through the heels and then let the balls of the feet slowly rest. Little pulsing here, just waking up the glutes, right? We want the glutes really supportive of our posture of our pelvis. So glutes are firing, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, reaching out through the fingertips. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath, one movement. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, warrior one, ground the feet. Inhale, sweep it up. And then exhale, take it all the way down to the mat. Grabbing an extra breath if you need to for your Chaturanga. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Grounding breath in. Release it out. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, sweep it through, warrior one. Ground those feet. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, empty the lungs as you bring it through Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Long breath. And out. Inhale, prepare to move. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Weight in the heels, sit back, Utkatasana. Little pulses again, 4 and 3 and 2. Hands through the heart on 1, forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, grounding breath while people catch up. All is well. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, ground the feet, warrior one. Full inhale, broad breath. Good, now empty it as you bring it right back down to the mat. Finding up dog or cobra. Easing into downward facing dog. Grounding breath again. Perfect. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, ground it, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back down. We're moving swiftly. Are you awake? Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rolling on 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Let's take it to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, surrender into your fold. Inhale, weight in the heels, Utkatasana. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll move into prayer twist from here. So if you want to toe heel the feet to touch, perfect, or keep them hip distance. Inhale. Let's find some length, hands to heart center. Exhale. Rotate that spine. Good. Again, lengthen, find some space. Belly comes through, shoulders gaze. Maybe a half bind, maybe a whole bind. Could be a gentle twist. That's beautiful. Hold here, 3 and 2. Forward fold on 1, toe heel the feet, hip distance. Come to a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, Padagustasana, grabbing onto big toes with peace fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice, beautiful stretch. One more, inhale. Exhale, toe heel the feet together. If you're taking prayer twist. If you're taking gentle twist, feet can be hip distance. Inhale, open, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center. Good. Another breath in, finding length of the spine. Exhale, rotate. Once you make that connection, let the belly come through, shoulders and gaze. Again, opening hands to fly if you'd like. Half bind, whole bind. Long breath. In Fill the body. And out. Release whatever isn't serving you. One more breath. Perfect. Move into your forward fold. Open to a halfway lift. Toe heel the feet all the way out to the corners of the mat. Sit back into yogi squat. Let's get a little inner thigh opener here. Good. Just ease on down. If yogi squat doesn't serve you, sit down in Baddha Konasana. So sitting bones, sitting down to the mat, soles of the feet to touch. Using blocks under the knees if we're working on flexibility. Morning practice should feel good. And muscles don't always want to cooperate. Everything's kind of compressed. So just being kind. All is well, right? Big smile. Ooh, deep breath. One more. And then move into your forward fold. Toe heel the feet, hip distance. Halfway lift. Ground the hands, step back. Vinyasa through. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Ground the feet, sweep it up. Good, now reach it forward. You know how I love to move into humble warrior from warrior one. It's a really awesome stretch. Opening up front side of the body, opening up through the hips. And just kind of a little surrender in the midst of a swift vinyasa. So what is it that you want to surrender today? What do you want to leave here on your mat that isn't serving you anymore? What is holding you back from feeling that liberation, that freedom to be who you are? Open up to a halfway. Good, weight goes into the right foot. Let's slowly launch off. Oh, I'm feeling my workout yesterday. We're in airplane pose with the chest expansion. Open up the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Long breath in, heart is open. Long breath out. One more, just like that. Free the hands. Good. Hands come up and overhead, warrior three. Bend the knees, step back, crescent lunge. Oh, nice. Reaching up with the fingertips, bend at the elbows, open up the chest. Little baby back bend. Good. Nice, reaching fingertips to the sky, hands come to the heart center, inhale. Let's take another twist. Revolved crescent lunge. Could drop down to the bottom knee. Could take a half bind or whole bind. Enjoy wherever you're at, holding here for 3. Beautiful breath. 2, belly comes through, shoulders gaze, and release it on 1. Moving back into crescent. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, open, preparing for triangle. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Exhale, triangle pose. That feels better on the front thigh, huh? Good, so let's distribute the weight evenly, right? Between the front and the back leg. So pressing the feet in opposing directions like you're tearing the mat in half. Nice, long breath in. Even breath out. Good, let's slowly get a bend in the front knee, extended side angle. Knees lining up right over the ankle. You can stay as you are, you can extend the arm long overhead, get a nice side body stretch, or maybe you want to ease into a half bind or a whole bind today. All is well, no matter how you take the pose. Just enjoy where you're at. Love the one you're with. Good. 3 more breaths. Fill the lungs. 2 more breaths. Let the glutes fire rather than quadriceps. Have the glutes override the quads. 1 more breath. Good. And release. And reverse your warrior. Reverse your triangle. And then sweep it up into star pose. Sink it down into goddess. Good, externally rotate those thighs, let the knees track out towards the pinky toes. Fire the glutes. And I'm gonna ease into it a little bit more, taking a little deeper. So my elbows, forearms are pressing into my knees. Not to where I'm overstretching, but to where it just hitting this really great spot in this stretch. Hold and breathe. 4, beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, bring the feet parallel or even pigeon-toed. Find a halfway lift. Move into your prasarita. Maybe bringing hands to big toes. Maybe grabbing the outside edges of the feet. Pressing the knife edge, the outside edge, into the mat, lifting the inside arch. Such an incredible stretch up the side of the shins. Good. 2 more breaths, just as you are. Let's come up to a halfway lift. Ground the fingertips right in front of you, or ground the palm. Right palm stays grounded. And then on the exhale, left hand's going to reach high to the sky. Take a little twist. Good. And then slowly switch. Right hand reaches high. Left hand stays grounded. Beautiful. Coming back to the center. Walking to low lunge to the front of the mat. And then grounding the back foot. Take an inhale and exhale, straighten into pyramid pose. So right hip's going to pull back, left hip's going to ease forward. Using the block if you need to. Walking the back foot in if you need to. And maybe turning the back foot in more to help the left hip square off to the right. So once you find your stability in the pose, then explore it. If you can go a little deeper, go for it. If this feels good as you are, stay there. Always take an inhale to prep if you're going to explore it a little bit deeper. Deep breath in. Surrendering breath out again, right? We're in this nice forward fold. Keep surrendering. If you're fighting the pose, ask yourself why. What do you need to do to back out of that resistance? And let that follow through into your life as well. If you're feeling resistance, ask yourself why. 1 more breath. And can you ease out of the resistance into acceptance? Find a halfway lift again. Left hand's going to ground. You know I love my revolved triangle, so make sure that the right hip's pulling back and left is easing forward because that helps you move into that twist. And this is not as easy in the morning, I'll tell you that. Good, hold and breathe. 3 and 2, can you feel it? And 1, ground the hands. Step back again into low lunge, dropping down to the bottom knee. I want to take 1 more twist and then maybe get a quadricep stretch here. So breathing in again. Left hand will stay planted, right will reach to the sky, maybe to the knee, and if you want, you can grab the back foot. Really, really deep stretch. Nice, hold here. You can explore it from your knee in a different way than when you're in full crescent, revolve crescent. Nice. Release. Grounding hands, front foot meets the back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Hold it if you need to get the front body stretch again. And then ease into your downward facing dog. Long breath in. Even breath out. Left leg lifts high. Foot comes through, warrior 1. Grounding those feet, heel to heel alignment. Reach it up nice and tall. Think of zipping everything up. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Reach out through the fingertips. Now get some length to the spine. Interlace hands behind you. Open up for humble warrior and then surrender down with a gorgeous exhale. Feels so good. Ease into any resistance, right? Just find what's going on in your body. And maybe it's backing out of the pose. Maybe it's using a prop. One more breath in, humble warrior. Then coming to a halfway lift. Left foot is grounded. Launching off into airplane with the chest expansion. My left side is waking me up a little bit more than my right side did. It's giving me a little bit more feedback. So when it does that, I slow things down a little bit more. Good, let's open ourselves up. Full airplane. Moving into warrior 3. And stepping back into crescent lunge. Fingertips reach high in a steeple grip, bend the elbows. Inhale, reaching elbows high. Exhale, open, open, open. Little front body stretch. Once again, let the glutes help out here if the quadriceps getting tired. Firm the glutes, pull it up. Mula Bandha, that root lock, core lock, and then all is well. Fingertips reach high, inhale. Exhale, find revolve, crescent lunge. Whatever it looks like for you, you could drop down to the bottom knee again. You could open to fly, half bind, whole bind. Good, a couple more breaths. One more. Inhale, come to the center. Straighten the front leg, open as if you're moving into triangle. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Exhale, triangle pose. Use the core muscles, right? Instead of, if you are flexible enough to reach the floor, just letting all the weight go into that bottom hand. Couple more breaths. One more. And then bend the knee. Extended side angle. Long breath in. Tear the mat in half. Press between the ball of the front foot, outside edge of the back. That firms up the glutes, so they're helping out a lot. Half bind or whole bind, whatever you did on the other side, or staying as you are. Maybe that side body stretch. Don't forget the shoulders opening. I just felt my shoulders kind of caving in. Open up the heart. Let's hold and breathe 3. And 2. Good. Let's reverse our warrior on 1. And then sweep it up into star. Sink it down into goddess. And again, I'm going to do that nice little stretch that I did last time. My forearms going to the inner thighs. It's similar to what a yogi squat feels like. Or you can just continue and maintain your goddess pose. Nice. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly straighten the legs, bringing the feet parallel or even pigeon-toed. Inhale, find some length, halfway lift, and then exhale, prasarita. All right, so great place for inversions here if you want to do tripod headstand. As you all know, if you're students in my class, no kicking up, right, into your headstands. We want safety, safety. Now, when I'm in tripod, it feels like there's a lot more weight on the crown of the head than when you're in a forearm stand. So that's why I take a straddle. Instead, it distributes the weight a little bit more. And it feels really good. Good. Or just enjoy your prasarita. Maybe taking side body stretches, side lunging. A couple more breaths wherever you're at. If you are in an inversion, taking your time, bringing yourself back down to the mat. Finding another halfway lift. Right hand ground center. Left hand spirals to the sky, little twist. Good, bringing it back to center again. Left hand grounds, right hand reaches high. Good, bringing it back to center. Walking to low lunge to the front of the mat. And then stepping the back foot into, pyramid pose. Right, so you may need to walk it in a little bit. Heel to heel alignment. This time left hip's going to pull back as right hip pulls forward, so you may need to turn the toes towards the upper corner of the mat more. Using blocks again if you need to. Find a halfway lift, find space, and then if you want to explore, going deeper. Stretch out your breath again. This is a fairly intense stretch, so stretch out the breath and allow the body to adjust accordingly. One more. Good, and then coming to a halfway lift. Right hand grounds to the inside arch. It could go out to the pinky toe as well. I like to walk my back foot out a little bit more. I forgot to cue that last time, but it's easier to go into that twist when the back foot stepped out a little bit more. Think of the belly coming through shoulders and then finishing with the gaze, if that feels okay, on the cervical spine. Good. Couple more beautiful breaths. Again, slightly intense, but oh so good. You get right into that IT band in this posture. And again, little discomfort, but such goodness. All right, come back to center. Walking back into a low lunge, dropping down to the bottom knee, taking one more twist. Right hand will ground and inhale. Left arm high or to the outside of the left knee. Staying as you are, or maybe grabbing onto the foot for a deeper quadricep stretch. Long, even breath in. Breath out. All is well, all is well. Good. You can't see me in silhouette, but I am smiling right now. My morning just turned into something beautiful again with this morning practice. All right, gentle release. Once again, grounding the hands and front foot will meet the back. You can come to knees if you have exceeded your limit of chaturangas. Good, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. All is well. All right, let's shift into high plank and lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. Thumbs brushing the low ribs, tops of the feet pressed down. Let the forehead rest on the mat so you get a long neck. Good, now think of Mula Bandha, that root lock, lifting up at the pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Glutes are firing, and now, on the inhale, we're ready to lift into Cobra Pose, hovering the hands or not. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck is long, breathing 4 and 3 and 2 and lowering down on 1. That is a good surrendering exhale. Just love into your body right now. The more you love into your body, the more you liberate your body. Because you're doing no harm when you love into your body. Good, chin comes center again. Palms flip to face the earth. Feet are now hip distance, Salabhasana, locust pose. Lifting head, neck, and shoulders and legs to match. Breathing in and breathing out. That diaphragmatic breath, right? Because you're on your belly right now. So expand through the rib cage. Hold here, 3 and 2. Surrender, left cheek to the mat on 1. Really good exhale. Chin comes center again, bending the knees, grabbing outside edges of the feet, if you can reach them. Otherwise, taking a second set of locust pose. So we're going to do Dhanurasana, upward facing bow on the inhale. Lift up and lift open. Good. One more breath. And surrender. Right cheek down, full exhale. All is well. Good. Chin comes center, ground the hands. Pull back. Find child's pose. Staying in child's pose or bringing hands behind you and finding rabbit pose. So grabbing onto the heels, and on the in-breath you're going from forehead to the top of the head. So you can see right between the knees. So the neck is long, and you're separating the shoulder blades now. So you get a beautiful stretch through the thoracic spine. And then surrender in your own time. I don't know what I'm holding on to that I have to have these deep exhales, but it really feels good. So I encourage you to try it. All right, sitting on the heels, come to stand on the knees. Ustrasana, camel pose. So it's like Tadasana, only on your knees. So knees are grounded, tops of the feet are grounded. I actually like to curl the toes under. It feels better on my knees. All right, so we're lifting up again. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Shoulder blades go back and down. Hands to the back pockets. Good. Inhale, heart opens. You can stay as you are, or you can reach for the heels. If you're reaching for the heels, make sure that hips shift forward. Hips over knees. And come to stand on the knees, and then again surrender down into your child's pose. Just do a little check-in when you're in your child's pose, right? That was a very intense posture. How are things feeling? Did anything come up for you? Did you get that sensation of get me out of this pose? A lot of people do. Okay, friends, again, let's come to sit on the heels, and this time we're just going to cross the legs and pull them through. Inching yourself down, get yourself centered on the mat. Inching yourself down, we're going to move into bridge pose. You may want your block. So on its side is level 1, level 2 is tipped up one more, level 3 is the highest. So settling back down, I love to do bridge pose with a block. So I'm going to start just by lifting the hips up, shimmying the shoulders underneath. So my triceps and my shoulders are the base, not the back of my neck. And if it still feels okay, you can keep lifting up on the block and find that beautiful front body opening. If you just want to lift without the block, go right ahead, making sure feet are parallel and right underneath the knees. So if you're lifting without the block, coming down in your own timing. If you have the block, you can stay in it while others are resting. Supta Baddha Konasana, windshield wiper the knees, knees into the chest, whatever feels best as a reset for you. And again, in your own time, you can take a second set of bridge. You can stay in restorative bridge, or you can move into full wheel. So thumbs are brushing the ears. Well, you can't actually touch the ears, but they're right next to the ears. Good. Fingertips facing the shoulders. On the in-breath, just slowly lift. into that beautiful back bend and inching shoulders over wrists. And coming down again in your own time. Doing what feels best, whether it's Supta Baddha Konasana or knees into the chest, maybe doing little circles, massaging out the low lumbar. Be your own best advocate here. All right, friends. Hip openers, and we're going to stay on our back. So you can take figure 4, maybe ground the foot if that feels better to you. Or you can cross at the inner thighs and grabbing outside of the shins. And then gently ease the thighs into the chest. If you want to increase it, just keep tipping the tailbone towards the earth. So knees are coming to the chest, tailbone is going to the ground. Let's take about 4 more breaths just as you are. And slowly release the legs, grounding the left foot to the mat. Right foot's going to come to the sky. If you have a strap, you can certainly use it. I forgot to call that out in the beginning of class, but you can certainly just grab behind the hamstring. Make sure you can bend the knee too. That's an option, right? You can grab behind hamstring, calf, or you can grab onto the big toe. Now, if you're not feeling much sensation, you can always straighten the left leg as well. Maybe you want to grab behind the calf and then just flex and point the toe a little bit and feel a different stretch. So you're actually releasing the muscles or lengthening the muscles on the top of the ankle and through the shin. Good. A couple more breaths wherever you're at. All right, and again, grabbing behind the hamstring, the calf, taking an inhale, and if you want to go a little deeper, exhale, lifting head, neck, and shoulders, bringing forehead towards the knee. This time flexing the foot. Hold here for 3 and 2. Lowering down on 1. So you can bend the knee. We're going to open up the inner thigh. So you can bend the knee and lower the knee to the side, or you can grab on big yogi toe lock and lower the foot out to the side. If you have a block, you can rest the foot on the block. And if you have a strap or a hand towel around that you can hook around the ball of the foot, that's an option too. Now, as you're opening up the inner thigh, making sure that the left side is not lifting off. So holding the hip bone down towards the mat. Good, and inhale, bringing it center. Moving into supine twist, so you can take the outside edge of the foot and cross it over with a straight leg. Again, a fairly intense stretch. Or you can bend the knee and guide it across that way. So, or you can try one and adjust to the other. I'm going to see how my body reacts to a straight leg. It depends on what you need at this point in the practice. There's something really beautiful about having the bent knee in your supine twist and just find a more restorative twist. I, on the other hand, need a deeper stretch today. So am I enjoying this as much? No, I am not. But that's okay. So I'm going to go from the straight leg to a bent knee for the final, let's say 4 breaths here. All right, and slowly release. If your knee isn't bent, bending the knee now, bring it into the chest. Little circles, little compressions of the ascending colon, the intestinal tract. All right, and let's bring the left knee in to meet the right and cross left knee over the right this time. Or figure 4, if you prefer. Left knee crossed over the right knee. All right, finding an inhale and then exhale, just explore. So if you've got the knees crossed at the thighs, or if you've got the legs crossed at the thighs, drawing knees and thighs to chest. If you want more intensity, tipping the tailbone down towards the mat. Just making sure you're not lifting the hips off of the mat. So back out if the hips are coming off the mat. And just find that really beautiful, stable breath. Couple more breaths, just as you are. Good, and then uncrossing the legs, bringing the left knee into the chest, right foot grounds into the mat, and extending the left leg high. Foot is flexed to begin with. Right, you can grab behind the hamstring, the calf, or grabbing the big toe. And last time I pointed and flexed, and that felt really nice to me. If you need more intensity, straightening the right leg. Beautiful. Again, if you want to increase the stretch a little bit more, again, grabbing behind the hamstring or the calf, take an inhale and exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders up towards the knee. And then gently relaxing down. Let's open up the inner thigh now. Bending the knee if you'd like and letting the inner thigh or the left knee drop out to the left side, or grabbing onto big toe, peace fingers, or taking a strap. Good, and slowly easing the leg back into center, either grabbing outside of the knee for a traditional supine twist or outside of the foot with a straightened leg and lowering it to the other side. And if you have straight leg and you want to bend the knee, go right ahead. Bending the knee, finding that supine twist for the final 4 breaths. And gently bringing left knee into the chest again, giving little circles, little compressions this time of the descending colon. And now have the right knee meet the left, wrapping forearms around the shins. Bringing forehead up to the knees, take a full inhale, and exhale, open up for your final Shavasana. And this is where I'm going to end the recording today, so if you have the time, you can stay in Shavasana for 10-15 minutes. If you don't have the time and you need to come out early, that's your choice as well. So I wish you a blessed, beautiful day. And namaste, my friends.